Next time they shine your light in the sky, don't go to it. The bat is dead. Bury it. Consider this mercy.
Tell me. Do you bleed? You will.
You will. Welcome to another edition of the Qatar Lal podcast, where we discuss some comic books, comic book movies, music, AI, and everything, anything under the sun. And welcome to the Iron Man 2 watch along. This is from 2010. So, the Iron Man 2 is directed by Jon Favreau with Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark, Gwyneth Paltrow as Pepper Potts, Don Cheadle as Rhodey Rhodes, Mickey Rourke as Ivan Vanko, Scarlett Johansson as uh, Natasha Romanoff, and Sam Rockwell as Justin Hammer. And you can use any streaming service you like from Disney Plus or uh, other services that stream Iron Man 2. So without further ado, wait, another announcement. We're nearing I breached the 500 subs uh, threshold, and we'll do something different when the time comes. Plus, we have trending day, March 18. That's tomorrow my time, but Tuesday in the US, that's Wednesday my time. So I'll see you guys then on the trending day. So open your players to Iron Man 2 and let's start the watch along in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. This is from Paramount Pictures. So Iron Man 2 picks up shortly after Tony Stark's public reveal that he is Iron Man. Tony is struggling with the uh, pressure of being a public figure, and the health consequences of using the arc reactor in his chest, which is slowly poisoning his blood. Meanwhile, the US government and rival weapons manufacturer Justin Hammer are pressuring him to hand over the Iron Man tech. All right, this is the opening scenes with Ivan Vanko, Ivan Vanko, played by Mickey Rourke. It's kind of weird that I remember an Ivan Vanko in the comics as the first Crimson Dynamo, or am I mistaken? Anywho, let's continue with the movie. At the same time, Ivan Vanko, the son of a disgraced Russian scientist who worked with Tony's father, seek revenge on the Stark family. Vanko builds his own weaponized suit and attacks Tony during a Formula One race in Monaco. Stark also faces betrayal and manipulation from Justin Hammer, who funds Vanko's plan in an attempt to outdo Stark Industries. Excuse me, man. And we welcome Sergeant Guarantina in the chat. Hi, Sergeant. How are you this fine evening, morning? So, our timestamp is 3 minutes and 35 seconds for this movie. Did you like Iron Man 2, Sergeant? Sergeant says Iron Man 2, in my opinion, is the best Iron Man movie I've seen. It's a little bit better than Iron Man 1, and way, way, way much better than Iron Man 3, in my opinion. Although, honestly, I didn't like the recast of James Rhodes. Terrence Howard should have been War Machine, in my opinion. Mickey Rourke, uh, is a weird guy. His character uh, copied the arc reactor tech that Tony Stark is keeping for himself. Sergeant says, I know what you mean. Howard should have stayed, but at least the action and the story in the movie was great. Definitely, this is an action film. It's that kind of action popcorn movie that I enjoyed watching this. Now, this is the grand entrance of Iron Man, Tony Stark, for the Stark Expo. ACDC background music. Technically, this made Iron Man actually Robert Downey Jr. as the rock star of the MCU. And hard rock is really a music that people enjoy. And Tony Stark or Robert Downey Jr., RDJ, is, I think, a bit smaller than me, which is weird in height. Man. And we got Sin Havoc in the chat. Sell. Good morning, good morning, good evening, good morning, everyone. Yes, and let's take a cue from what Sin
What are
Havoc
they doing
says.
here?
They're selling, Mortimer.
Well, that's ridiculous. Unless that crop report...
God help us.
I told you we shouldn't have committed everything, you asshole!
I gotta get Wilson and tell him to sell.
Wilson, where you going?
You idiot. Get back in there at once and sell.
But I
Sell. Yeah. They also recasted Howard Stark in this movie. In Iron Man 1, it was Howard was played by Michael Bean. Now this guy, I don't know. Yeah, Tony's blood toxicity is rising. So let's continue with. So let's continue with what I've written. With the help of Nick Fury and Natasha Romanoff, Tony discovers a new element that can replace the palladium in his arc reactor and prevent his death. Tony eventually teams up with Rhodey, now donning the War Machine suit, to defeat Vanko and the Hammer drones. And yes, Sinavox, shout out to Floyd Lawton, Deadshot. Congratulations, my man. Congratulations. Sells Yes JL to Netflix, sells Snyderverse to Netflix. And as my brother from another mother says, it's coming. It's coming. So, legacy and responsibility. Tony struggles with his father's legacy and the burden of being Iron Man. Howard Stark's past mistakes comes back to haunt Tony as Vanko's grudge stems from Howard's treatment of Ivan's father. Sergeant Garatina says, I'll be starting a live stream on Superman and seven other characters on April 2nd, guys. You need to think about what time I should schedule it so that I can get plenty of guests to join me. What day is April 2? Let's check it out. Wednesday. If you do it on a Wednesday, your my time it will be a Thursday. So probably can I can join it if my mother-in-law doesn't need that much help. Still still on caregiving duty, guys. Tony's realization that his father believed in him and left behind the key to saving his life reflects Tony's growth from arrogance and responsibility. The characterization of Iron Man is much similar with Thor, probably because they have the same creator, Stan Lee. So we have Justin Hammer is on. Sam Rockwell plays Justin Hammer, and the guy is like Ryan Reynolds. He acts the same in every movie he has. You're welcome, Sergeant. His dance number in Iron Man 2 is reminiscent of his dance number in the first Charlie's Angels movie, way back in the early to mid 2000s. Yep. Meaning one trick pony? Maybe, maybe not. I haven't seen any of his other films. Although I saw him in Galaxy Quest, he was the extra. So does RDJ. Shots fired. He acts the same? Really? I don't know, man. I think he acted real good, real well on what movie was that? With from Christopher Nolan. Shots fired. Anyway, sell, sell, sell. Well, well, well. Exactly. What movie? Man, I'm getting old. I've forgotten. Yes, Oppenheimer. Yeah, man, I'm so old. I'm getting forgetful. I need to drink my vitamins. Well, well, well. Thanks, Sin. Anyway, Sin, did you watch uh Skies Skies stream? Wow. What will happen? What will happen? I hope it's good news. Yeah, thanks, Sin, as usual. So let's continue with what I wrote. Number three, corporate greed and political pressure. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Justin Hammer represents corporate greed and the dangers of weaponizing technology for profit. His attempt to create his own Iron Man suits with Vanko backfires spectacularly. Wow. I think this is childish observation. The US government's attempt to control Iron Man's technology reflects real world issues of military industrial influence for the debate over technological power. Man, Iron Man, Tony Stark is still narcissistic in my book. He could play Lex Luthor. Anyway, Sinhavok says, I saw Ski Stream last night and just got back from the space on Twitter X. I didn't listen to the space this morning, my time, or, because, caregiver duties. I was in the stream chat also from yesterday, sin. That was 2 days of weirdness. Now, the music Tony Stark is listening to is, of course, Should I Stay or Should I Go by The Clash. I remember this song because when I was in my band, we practiced this song in a studio. And then that was the first practice my band did before our bass player left the Philippines for other other opportunities. He went to Dubai and left my drummer and me. Yeah. But I will always have the memory of playing the clashes. Should I stay or should I go in the studio? I played guitar back then. Then we have a bass player and a drummer. We're a trio, I think, who listens to. My drummer enjoys death metal, those kinds of stuff. My bass player, sort of a jazz bass, plays jazz bass, and I'm purely punk. You know, it would have been great if we were able to practice a second time, but nah, fate didn't consider us. Okay, next. So another factor, friendship and trust. Rhodey's conflict with Tony over the Iron Man suits highlights the strain on their friendship, but ultimately reinforces their bond when Rhodey joins Tony in the final battle. Pepper's promotion to CEO of Stark Industries shows Tony's learning to trust others and delegate responsibility. Number five, the introduction of the wider MCU. Nick Fury and Natasha Romanoff's involvement deepens the connection to Shield and sets up the larger Avengers narrative. Tony's discovery of a new element ties into the larger arc of the Marvel Cinematic Universe and his personal growth as a scientist. So I have someone at the door. Sorry about the disturbance. Rice delivery. Laughing my ass off. Yeah. Now it's the debut of Natasha Romanoff, Scarlett Johansson, as the Black Widow. Character development: Tony Stark shifts from arrogance and self destructive behavior to accepting his role as a hero and innovator. Certain values that, you know. Pepper Potts steps into leadership role, showing her capability beyond being Tony's love interest, meaning she's not a damsel in distress. James Rhodey Rhodes becomes War Machine, taking on a more active role as a hero alongside Tony. Ivan Vanko, a tragic villain motivated by personal loss and resentment towards the Stark family. Justin Hammer, a comedic but dangerous antagonist whose greed and incompetence nearly led to disaster. That's weird. So this was the time that Jon Favreau was still not that fat. They Yeah, I was late actually. I was late two times. I was late yesterday. I was late the other day. I had to watch the other stream on Replay Crew. Yeah, that's me. Busy. Uh, I'm busy doing my AI stuff with Zod Writer and Bishop, of course. Joden Music. I plan to revive my music channel in the near future. I'm gonna play some AI music. So we're in Monaco. Monaco. This is where this is where Elon Musk appeared. Everything is aligning together quite nicely. I love it when a plan comes together, right? Sin reminds me of Hannibal Smith. That's Elon Musk. Man, 2010, Elon Musk in a movie. Ah, man, let's bring back Sin Havoc's uh, chat. Everything is aligning together nicely. I mean, will we see the fruition of our efforts in the cell movement? Elon knew what he was doing. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Anyway, will the world be ready? And they try to bring up the restore hashtag every time, right? Personally, I think restore is dead. Yeah, doesn't work. Hammer needs a slot. What the hell? Anyway, the strengths of the movie, strong performances, especially from RDJ and Sam Rockwell. Yeah, I noticed that. Well crafted actions, especially the sequence in the race in Monaco. Effective expansion of the MCU's lore with Nick Fury and Shield. That's true. So that's the cons. That's the pros. These are the weakness, the cons. Overcrowded with plot lines, uh, health crisis, government pressure, rivalry with Hammer, and Vanko's revenge. Who wrote this stuff? Underdeveloped villain motivation. Vanko's backstory could have been fleshed out more. Yes, true. And Justin Hammer's comedic tone sometimes undercuts the film's tension. Well, the comedy started Stark is doing his rich guy thingy, Formula One racing, because he's not doing anything worthwhile. Did Herbie the love bug, ever race on the Monaco, right? Weird. So, as a conclusion, Iron Man 2 explores Tony Stark's evolution from self-absorbed playboy to a hero grappling with morality and legacy. While it suffered from an overstuffed plot and a somewhat underdeveloped villain, the film succeeds in further developing Tony's character and expanding the MCU's foundations. It ex- its exploration of legacy, responsibility, and redemption adds emotional weight to the action and humor. Well, eventually, that sort of humor is what led the MCU on the road to downfall. Okay. Mickey Rourke doesn't fit the image of a scientist. I tell you that. He doesn't. Man, he looks like a thug. Looks like a thug. And anyway, let's continue with the watch along. Timestamp 32 minutes and 30 seconds. Vanko. In the comics, Whiplash eventually became Blacklash. I don't know why. This is the start of the villain problem in the MCU. And you know, it's uh, weird how they were able to survive. Oh, and in the comics, Pepper and oh man, I forget. Pepper married the driver, the bodyguard, way back when. If you're a comic reader, you'll know that, honestly. Pepper married Happy Hogan. Remember that. Mm, yeah, man. Mickey Rourke doesn't look like a scientist. Honestly, probably an engineer. Okay, this is actually the best scene in the movie. The race, the racetrack scene. Yeah, and Ivan Vanko's motivation is still not that fleshed out. I like this armor, the red and silver one. I think during this time, the people in Marvel Comics and the people in the movies are having a contest on which is which is written better, and everything was going okay until Gunny Poo happened. I, I don't understand what he's saying. Like, you lose, you wuss. What? Uh, Iron Man's technology is not his alone now, and Justin Hammer is having wild ideas. Oh, Sin, I'm debuting something here. Listen to this.
Empty promises and it's not working because Cody wants him to make humor, it's working. Pretending like he's not an amateur, but really all his work he does is silly. Cody Poo, Cody Poo, Cody Poo, woo! It's flop after flop, that's all you ever do. It's a mystery why they came to Scooby-Doo, because flop after flop, that's all you ever do. It's a bad legacy that you're leaving behind. You never listen to the people, you just do what's on your mind. You're an overgrown child who needs to be stopped. After Guardians, watch of Guardians, what happened to your career? Oh yeah, it flopped. Gunny poo, gunny poo, gunny poo. Woo! It's flop after flop, that's all you'll ever do. It's a mystery why they gave you Scooby-Doo, because flop after flop, that's all you ever do. You're not funny. Damn son, you like to lose money. Only one thing would be worse if you had your hand in the Snyderverse. Gunny poo, gunny poo, gunny poo. Whoa! It's flop after flop, that's all you'll ever do. It's a mystery why they gave you Scooby-Doo, because flop after flop, that's all you ever do. Gunny poo, gunny poo, gunny poo. Whoa! Flop after flop, that's all you'll ever do. It's a mystery why they gave you Scooby-Doo, because flop after flop is all you ever do. Gunny poo, gunny poo, gunny poo. Whoa! Flop after flop is all you ever do. It's a mystery why they gave you Scooby-Doo, because flop after flop is all you ever do. It's a bad legacy that you're leaving behind. You never listen to the people, you just do what's on your mind. You're an overgrown child who needs to be stopped. After Guardians, what happened to your career? Oh yeah, it flopped. What happened to your career? It's a bad legacy that you're leaving behind. You never listen to the people, you just do what's on your mind. You're an overgrown child who needs to be stopped. After Guardians, after Guardians, what happened to your career? Oh yeah, it flopped. Oh yeah, it flopped. It flopped career. Oh, you're not funny. Damn son, you like to lose money. Only one thing would be worse if you had your hand in the Snyderverse. Gunny poo, gunny poo, gunny poo. Woo! It's flop after flop, that's all you'll ever do. It's a mystery why they gave you Scooby-Doo, because flop after flop is all you ever do. Oh, you're not funny. Damn son, you like to lose money. Only one thing would be worse if you had your hand in the Snyderverse. Boo, gunny poo, gunny poo.
Can't stop laughing, guys. When Bishop and I wrote that song, we were having the time of our lives. It's technically our song. Gunny poo, woo! It's really amazing what you can do with tech these days. Uh, and I never thought. Yeah, we sort of I sort of wrote part of the lyrics. Then I had Bishop wrote the other half. Then we you know worked AI magic with the music. So we picked the best. Actually, I picked the best one. Uh, Zod has his own version, basically. I'll let you listen to Zod's version. This is wild. Man. So enjoying doing songwriting. It's it's, uh, it's something that I used to do way back in the day. Here's wait for it. Yeah. So Vanko is now escaping from the Monaco prison he was kept in. Guess guess whose line Gunny Poo Woo came from. Oh man. So this is another version of the song, but with the different lyrics from, well, Zod mixing the lyrics with Bishop and me.
DC is loading up fast for another failure. The desperation is breaking the fandom beyond repair. Do you think James Gunn or David Zaslav really care? The gun's about to go off, the blast is heard around the world. These shots are crazy, the gunfire misses cause WBD is lazy. The target is off while the gun smokes and clicks. It's time for Warner to sell the Snyderverse to Netflix. The DCU is DOA. Here's the message, here's what we're trying to say. Empty promises and it's not working because Gunny wants some toilet humor featuring endless twerking, pretending like he's not an amateur, but let's be real, all his work is silly. He's a fraud, a fake, a really bad deal. Yo, WBD, stop the DC steal. The Gunny poo. It's flop after flop, that's all you'll ever do. It's still a mystery as to why they gave you Scooby-Doo, because flop after flop is all you ever do. It's a bad legacy that you're leaving behind. You never listen to the people, you just do what's on your mind. You're an overgrown child who needs to be stopped. After Guardians, what happened to your career? Oh yeah, that's right, it flopped. You're not funny, damn son, you must like losing money. There's only one thing that would be worse, if you had your grubby evil hands in the Snyderverse. Gun, go away. Take your toys and go, we don't want to play. DC is loading up fast for another failure. The desperation is breaking the fandom beyond repair. Do you think James Gunn or David Zaslav really care? The gun's about to go off, the blast is heard around the world. These shots are crazy, the gunfire misses cause WBD is lazy. The target is off while the gun smokes and clicks. It's time for Warner to sell the Snyderverse to Netflix. The DCU is DOA. Here's the message, here's what we're trying to say. Empty promises and it's not working because Gunny wants some toilet humor featuring endless twerking, pretending like he's not an amateur, but let's be real, all his work is silly. He's a fraud, a fake, a really bad deal. Yo, WBD, stop the DC steal. The Gunny poo. It's flop after flop, that's all you'll ever do. It's still a mystery as to why they gave you Scooby-Doo, because flop after flop is all you ever do. It's a bad legacy that you're leaving behind. You never listen to the people, you just do what's on your mind. You're an overgrown child who needs to be stopped. After Guardians, what happened to your career? Oh yeah, that's right, it flopped. You're not funny, damn son, you must like losing money. There's only one thing that would be worse, if you had your grubby evil hands in the Snyderverse. Gun, go away. Take your toys and go, we don't want to play.
Yeah. Yep, Hammer helps Vanko escape. That version of the song, the rap hip hop version, is really intense. Timestamp is 47 minutes and 59 seconds. Blood poisoning really is bad. It's like the effect of lead poisoning in your body. Although skim milk helps in preventing lead poisoning. Yeah, definitely blood poisoning for uh, Tony Stark. Yeah. So, oh, hammer is one of the 10 rings. So the 10 rings is not uh, actual rings that the Mandarin has on all his fingers, but an organization of people. Oh, thanks, Sin, for the info. A movie that I haven't watched, the movie The Wrestler with what's his name? Yeah, Mickey Rourke. But that's when his image changed so much. Sinavak says the 10 rings are 10 people who work with for Wenwu, the original Mandarin. Wenwu was the father of Shang-Chi, right? Although in the comics, Fu Manchu was Shang-Chi's father. Yeah. Fu Manchu is a character from the pulp magazines from the 30s. So well, he's probably in public domain already. Fu Manchu is going to be in the MCU soon. Oh, that I can't wait to see that. You know, uh, Marvel has been doing some popcorn flicks the last couple of years. You know, nothing deep. When the X Men were under Fox, those were serious times. Remember the themes of the X Men, X2, then X Men The Last Stand, also Logan. Morales was already mentioned in the MCU. Mikey was right. Yeah, we know. Mikey was right. And the confirmation we're getting from Mikey, even from Beyond the Grave, is so amazing. So basically, Tony is inside the Iron Man suit. Freaking Tony is narcissistic. So basically, Iron Man, Tony Stark is a mechanical engineer. Lex Luthor is a scientist. There's a difference somehow. Miles was mentioned in Daredevil Born Again and possibly shown. Oh, that would be nice. Actually, I watched Daredevil Born Again, all three episodes now, and I hope to continue watching it. How many episodes for Daredevil Born Again season one? More than what we got from the Netflix Daredevil. Yeah, he was mentioned. S- Sergeant. Yep. Sin Havoc confirmed, and you know what's happening right now. Sin Havoc is right. You have just to wait for a while for the confirmation. My God, drunk Americans. All right, Iron Man versus War Machine. Brody is wearing. Uh, Sorry about that. Uh, Sin Havoc, but you know, people in parties do wild things all over the world. With Another One Bites the Dust by Queen. Man, You know what happens when Sinhavok, the hashtag Sinhavok is, yeah, we might get uh, the Snyderverse on Netflix. Yeah, man. What will happen? What will happen? What will happen? What will happen? The plot thickens. Also, if ever Diaper Man L uh, flops, then it's over for DC Studios and WBD. I imagine them depending on a single movie for life. Uh, what movie was that with uh, Robert Pattinson? Mickey 7? Mickey 17, right? Flop?
You see this all the time at the level of a top producer who, between them or separately, will make flop after flop after flop after flop. I'm not going to name them, but I know who they are. And they're not all American either. And they still get paid huge sums of money for being in films that nobody wants to see. And producers make pictures out of which they take enormous sums of money. And the films, again, are not films people want to see. They're always going to blame somebody else. Always. Not their fault. No, 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 you were the one who said, or whatever. And there's a word for that. It's called upward failure. You see it all the time.
Yeah, you see it all the time. Flop after flop after flop. Flop after flop after flop. Man. So the Iron Man prototype armor has been brought towards airbase. Yep, you see it all the time. So we've hit the 1 hour and 1 minute mark of the movie. And now Iron Man is doing his donut thing inside a donut hole. Oh, Randy's Donuts. Nick Fury is here. Of course, Samuel L. Jackson's Nick Fury is based on Mark Miller's version from the Ultimates way back when Marvel did the Ultimate line of comics. And we have Natasha as in full Black Widow gear. 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . . . 。 . 。 . . . 。 . . . . 。 . . . 。 . . . 。 . . 。 . 。 . . 。 . 。 . . 。 . 。 . shadow agent. He took it. Man. Yeah. Okay. It's lithium dioxide. You know, the reason why anything with lithium in medicines is so expensive is because lithium is a rare mineral. It works for the brain. Hey, hey, hey. This is the bird. My God. Anyway, Mickey Rourke's eyes showed that. Oops. Blooper. Yes, an ancient mineral. Rare earth mineral. I know, man. And when my father was taking meds for his depression, it has lithium elements on it. Also being used for electric cars, lithium car batteries. Remember the Watchman? Dr. Manhattan provided lithium for the electric cars. So now we get war. That's what the people wants. 2010 and it's drones. Man, it's 2025 and you know, drones are all over the planet. Or is it? So Rhodey is being forced to let Justin Hammer touch the Iron Man suit. Man, what a bummer. The the arc reactor is something uh, ancient from the Infinity Stones. So weird. They, I think they haven't developed the plot for the Infinity Stones during this movie. The drones were here long before we were. Yeah, Sin Havoc. Solving the riddle of your heart is Tony's mission now. And now he discovers that Howard Stark is a founding member of S.H.I.E.L.D. Feels like S.H.I.E.L.D. is elitist, an elitist group. Since Iron Man 1, the Infinity Stones were being teased. Yep, the arc reactor is a sample of it. Uh, Howard Stark trying to develop something from what he saw on storyline wise Captain America First Avenger. Yep, the Tesseract, the Cosmic Cube. He wanted to duplicate uh, the Tesseract. Yep, it's the Cosmic Cube. That's true. So War Machine suit has the same power source as Iron Man's, right? And Iron Man's power source is defective. So what will happen to James Rhodes if he continues to use the War Machine suit? It's also called the Black Cube. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Sin. Hmm. Rhodey is not impressed. Iron Man 2 is way better than Iron Man 3, in my opinion. Saturn's cube. Uh, it's funny how you mentioned Saturn. In the MCU, Thanos came from a moon of Saturn, Titan. So it's all connected somehow. So the arc reactor by Anton Vanko and Howard Stark. So hmm, so Howard doesn't know what to do with the arc reactor. The technology is incomplete. And I think Tony forgot that his father was filming this. So our little timestamp: 1 hour, 14 minutes, 37 seconds. Everything is achievable through technology. It's like AI is really the future somehow. The key to the future is the Stark Expo model. Yeah, I think Tony has daddy issues. Okay, this part of Malibu during 2010. This is gone, right? In 2025, the fire burned this. Saturn is also the home of L. L, as in Kal-El, Jor-El. I composed a song, Whatever Happened to Kal-El. It's a fun writing songs, honestly. And somehow the the effort we've been doing with Bishop and Zod activated my creativity for a certain portion, like music. Man, Saturn, named after the Roman god of farming, Saturn, the equivalent of I don't know what's his Greek counterpart. Okay, okay, Sin, I'm gonna check your message. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Yep, I check your message, and it's interesting, actually. Sounds logical, Sin, but yeah, we'll dwell on that in a future stream. I think I'll move my stream for Wednesday morning, Tuesday night, your time, on tomorrow, Tuesday morning here, because March 18 is on a Tuesday, and it will fall on a Wednesday, my time, right? 318 trending day. RDJ really acts like a brat, rich, a rich brat, and now he notices uh, the Stark Expo design. Yeah, holy crap, Sin! Holy crap! What the hell is that? What the hell? That isn't AI, right? That's an actual picture you sent me. Man, what is that? I told you, yeah. Reminds me of something from Smallville, right? Remember that design? This is getting, whoa. That's not AI. Wow, man. That is a big reveal. Yeah. Damn. Tony's discovering the new element. Hey, and Sin, did you see the Tower of Babel over there in somewhere in Iraq? They found it, and somehow they're trying to rebuild it for a mechanical engineer. Tony is really acting like a civil engineer. So weird. And also an electrical engineer. Iraq was Samaria. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. It was ancient Mesopotamia and Samaria. Man, the shield design from years before. And of course, it's balanced now. Phil Coulson. I guess I was right. Yeah, you were right, Sid. You were right. Phil Coulson in the comics is like technically Maxwell Lord now, and he formed the Squadron Supreme, who is technically the Justice League. Man, this is so weird, and nerds are really wanting to have the DC versus Marvel crossover in movies. That's their narrative. But in order to achieve the narrative, DC needs to have the Snyderverse back. This is the reason why the engineers at Nestle Philippines really like Iron Man uh, engineering Marvel. I was working in the engineering section of Nestle Philippines for how many years? I think 7 years. Now Vanko is doing the same work. Okay, let's check it out. You can draw the six-sided star on the cube. Star of David, the the six-sided star is the Star of David. Whoa, interesting, and curiouser and curiouser. Timestamp is 1 hour 28 minutes and 43 seconds. This is Justin Hammer acting tough with Ivan Vanko. I'll be right back. It was Metatron's star. David was one of his kids. Metatron, for all you know, is supposed to be an angel. I'll have to go later, guys. Yeah, later, Giratina. See you. What a rush. Yeah, look at the dance number of Sam Rockwell. He did the same dance number in Charlie's Angels. Hammer Advanced Weapon System. I hope Justin Hammer returns for a future MCU movie. The trouble with the MCU way back, ever since Phase 1, was the villains. They basically made the villains the same as the heroes they they faced. Of course, the Iron Mongol versus Iron Man. Now we got Whiplash versus Iron Man with Justin Hammer doing tech the same as Iron Man. Yeah, the presentations. Man, I do learn a lot from Sin Havoc. It's like the guy's, I'll call him the tourist. Yeah, much better. Sin Havoc, the tourist. And now we got the debut of War Machine. The design, the paint job, and yeah, it's bigger than the prototype. No, not the tourist, the tourist. Tourist. Yeah, it's like when you call uh, John Constantine as the occultist. Okay, Vanko is taking control of all his tech. Yep, counterintelligence, and I wonder. Remember, Peely's theory is that Zack Snyder is returning to WBD. Remember that. That's why they're pushing for restore up to now. They're pushing for restore, and they forgot or ignored the cell side of all things. The the CGI of this movie is better than the new movies. This is 2010. Remember, it's better. Yes, Sin. Cell is the only way. And now Black Widow goes to action. Timestamp 1 hour 38 minutes 7 seconds. Man, it's like the 4th of July. So, this is an announcement. Basically, I'm doing my watch along for Batman and Mr. Freeze Sub Zero, the animated movie. Uh, Tomorrow, I'll advance it today so I can join the 311 trending day uh, with Ski and the rest of the Cool Table, the Syndicate Network, and the colleagues. Yeah. We have Iron Kid, the Iron Kid, the guy who would appear in the boy who would appear in Iron Man 3. Right, that this is packed with action. This is still under Paramount Pictures, right? This was before the MCU fully embraced Disney. Phase 1 somehow is more serious than any other phases Marvel has. When did Marvel go went off the rails? I I think it was when they hired Gunny Poo. This is a funny as Black Widow fights. Happy Hogan is fighting a single bodyguard. Black Widow is getting rid of the others, all of them. Anyway, acrobatics from a stunt woman. I noticed the face. It's different from Scarlett. Yeah, man. The best thing that happened was when they um, they showed the Marvel characters in live action. It was actually nerds were celebrating and geeks. But nerds will accept anything. Geeks will accept seriousness. Yeah, that's why the Snyderverse is the best universe out there. It's and the screening for Diaper Man L is really bad, really really bad. Now unless Warner Bro. WBD uh, buys all the tickets and make it appear that it's a box office hit. Nope, flopping, flopping big. Rhodey, War Machine versus Sony, Iron Man. This is a great fight, and Rhodey went offline. Of course, it's a yep, yep. It's a reboot. Anyway, as Sin Havoc says, it's not a reboot. It's a retcon. No, hemorrhoid attack. Anyway, Road is back online. Comic history for both Tony and Rhodey. Rhodey saved Tony. In the comics, it was in set on the set in the Vietnam War, and somehow everything gets retconned. That those stories, those origin stories, become fresh, like in this Iron Man. It's the origin of Iron Man was set in Afghanistan, and yes, kill zone, kill box, and here comes the drones. Yep, conspiracy. Reboot and retcons are about conspiracy. That's why the comic creator finds it hard to earn more of from their works. There are no coincidences. Yes. Speaking of conspiracy, and did you know that the creator of Wonder Woman had two wives? Man, during the 30s and the 40s. Imagine that. Yeah, that's true. So, Rockefellers and the Starks and the Waynes are the representation of this rich. Not surprised at all. Yep, not surprised. That real soon for some some for Justin Hammer is taking years to be made. Yeah, counterintelligence, polygamy, and swingers. Yeah, you know, man, it's society, culture, and the ex-wife is a missile from Hammer Tech, and it didn't work. It's a dud. Yeah, man, it's a dud. You see, another armored villain for Iron Man. It's the same. Sinavok says that's been since time immemorial. Yep, you know, it's a culture thing. It's a human thing. Base desire. Ha! From the result of the fall of man. Hmm. Yep, it's a being's thing. Huh. Mix repulsors with repulsors, and you get explosive shit. All right, that's it. It worked. The guy really hates Stark. Every species in the multiverse has done that. Looks like it. The multiverse. The drones are rigged to blow. Every drone. Man, the concept of the multiverse is so wild. That Senator Cider. Yeah, I know. Uh, Timestamp is 1 hour, 52 minutes, and 37 seconds. Yeah, the movie is so cool. One of the best product of the MCU during those years is, of course, Iron Man 2. Dog years. And of course, finally, Pepper and Tony. And it's weird. Get a roof. The multiverse is a lot more simpler than you think. There's just a lot of layers to it, and will and the will to actually learn. Well, get a roof. Anyway, we have Project Avengers, the Avengers Initiative, primary report. Romanov. Natasha is a spy trained by the Kremlin way back since she was a kid. Reminds you of that movie Salt with Angelina Jolie. See the map. Okay. Iron Man, yes. Wakanda, Doctor Strange. Yep, there's the map. You can't afford me. And now it's the senator's turn to honor Iron Man. National treasure, my ass. Man, did he pin the medal to Tony's skin? The senator is Hydra. Subplot. Alright, Highway to Hell. That's good. Now to fast forward the scene from the after credit, the after credit scene. So, yeah, we're in the desert. Thor's hammer. We only have one after credit scene here, right? After which, after this movie, the MCU went wild and did a couple of end credits, mid credits, freaking everything credit. So how do you rate this movie? Sin, I rate it as an 8.5 over 10. It's a good movie, especially for that time. And yeah, next movie is of course The Hammer of Thor. Thor. Nice. That was a nice movie. 8.5 Cinavoc rated the movie as an 8.5 as well. And yes, thank you for Mjolnir. Thank you for joining me, Sin, for this watch along. Thank you to Sergeant Giratina for also joining the chat. And yes, remember to wait, where is it? Oh, sorry. Like, subscribe, and follow this channel. Fun stream. Thanks, Sin. Share, share, and subscribe to this channel. And yes, Mikey verse forever. I'm totally out of here. See you guys.
Empty promises and it's not working because God he wants to make humor it's working. Pretending like he's not an amateur, but really all his work he does is silly. Gunny poo, gunny poo, gunny poo. Woo! It's flop after flop, that's all you'll ever do. It's a mystery why they gave you Scooby-Doo because flop after flop, that's all you ever do. It's a bad legacy that you're leaving behind. You never listen to the people, you just do what's on your mind. You're an overgrown child who needs to be stopped. After Guardians, what to Guardians? What happened to your career? Oh yeah, it flopped. Gunny poo, gunny poo, gunny poo. Woo! It's flop after flop, that's all you'll ever do. It's a mystery why they gave you Scooby-Doo because flop after flop is all you ever do. You're not funny. Damn son, you like to lose money. Only one thing would be worse if you had your hand in the Snyderverse. Gunny poo, gunny poo, gunny poo. Woo! It's flop after flop, that's all you'll ever do. It's a mystery why they gave you Scooby-Doo because flop after flop is all you ever do. Gunny poo, gunny poo, gunny poo. Whoa! Flop after flop, that's all you'll ever do. It's a mystery why they gave you Scooby-Doo because flop after flop is all you ever do. It's gunny poo, gunny poo, gunny poo. Whoa! Flop after flop is all you'll ever do. It's a mystery why they gave you Scooby-Doo because flop after flop is all you ever do. It's a bad legacy that you're leaving behind. You never listen to the people, you just do what's on your mind. You're an overgrown child who needs to be stopped. After Guardians, what happened to your career? Oh yeah, it flopped. What happened to your career? It's a bad legacy that you're leaving behind. You never listen to the people, you just do what's on your mind. You're an overgrown child who needs to be stopped. After Guardians, what are Guardians? What happened to your career? Oh yeah, it flopped. Oh yeah, it flopped. It flopped career. Oh, you're not funny. Damn son, you like to lose money. Only one thing would be worse if you had your hand in the Snyderverse. Gunny poo, gunny poo, gunny poo. Woo! It's flop after flop, that's all you'll ever do. It's a mystery why they gave you Scooby-Doo because flop after flop is all you ever do. Oh, you're not funny. Damn son, you like to lose money. Only one thing would be worse if you had your hand in the Snyderverse. Boo, gunny poo, gunny poo.